This is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Good morning, everyone. Glad to have you with us on this Friday. I'm Jacqueline Matter.
And I'm Ray Collins, 5 o'clock. It's amazing when you've got a Memorial Day and you only work the next 4 days, how much shorter the work week seems.
I know. It seems like the week flew by, even though I worked on Monday.
Yeah.
I mean, I still got to go out and have some hot dogs and burgers with some friends,
Yes.
so I was able to kind of feel like the weekend.
Yes.
So that was fun. It feels like it's been a fast week. I'm surprised.
It does. We're already to Friday, and here he is, folks, meteorologist John Scalzi. Good morning, John.
Friday, you can say it again. Say it again. Friday is a lovely sounding word today. Good morning. Got some cloud cover out there, got some rain showers as well. In fact, we are headed to, well, it's not going to be, let's put it this way, a Chamber of Commerce kind of weekend. Won't be a washout either, but somewhere in between. I think we're looking at some pretty good rain showers somewhere across the state of Florida, most likely in inland areas, but we'll get our share locally along the coast as well. Got some yesterday, got a few showers out in Gulf waters this morning. They're generally kind of staying right where they are, but a few of them may work their way closer to shore, bringing a sprinkle or passing shower during these morning hours. It's certainly not out of the question. Tons of cloud cover out there and a lot of tropical moisture as well. So it's going to be kind of a soupy day, I guess we can call it, with a mix of sun and clouds throughout the afternoon. We'll look for excellent chances of later day showers and maybe even a thunderstorm too. About a 40% chance near the coast, but I'd say 60 or 70% chance just a little bit inland. We'll have the complete forecast for you coming up in a few.
All right, thank you, John. Talk to you soon. An early buildup right now on the DeSoto Bridge from Palmetto into downtown Bradenton. Take the Green Bridge, the one to the west, if you have a choice, coming south into the downtown area. Farther south into Sarasota County, all clear right now. And our final map in the south shows just a couple slowdowns here and there on 41. 5:02 on your Friday morning.
Topping our news today, the Sarasota County Planning Commission is turning down the idea for a recycling facility near the popular celery fields.
The board spent hours last night listening to public comment. The issue drew protesters outside the administration building before the meeting began, and then inside, a standing room only crowd as well. TST Ventures proposed a 16-acre facility at the corner of Palmer Road and Apex Road. Opponents were concerned about the environmental impact and the traffic the project could bring to that area.
It's a fantastic area, recreation. It's just a beautiful park. There's birding. And we are very concerned that if you put concrete crushers on the land next door, that we're going to have a serious negative impact from that.
Dust, silicon traveling through the air. This is an unenclosed waste processing facility, and noise, which will be driven by giant diesel machines.
The land in question again is on Palmer, just east of the interstate in Sarasota County.
A follow-up now on a story we first told you about yesterday on Good Morning Suncoast. The Florida Highway Patrol is investigating a fatal accident involving a semi-truck that shut down a major road in Sarasota for hours. State troopers say the driver of that semi-truck lost control at the I-75 off-ramp at Fruitville Road around 4:30 Thursday morning. The semi rolled over after getting off the interstate before spilling at least 80 gallons of diesel fuel onto the roads. A stretch of Fruitville was closed for hours while troopers cleared the scene. The driver's name has not yet been released, but troopers say he was not wearing a seatbelt. And an update on another accident, this one in Charlotte County. It caused I-75 to be shut down for hours as well. Troopers say Joseph Turteline was driving a pickup truck north on I-75 with 15 others on board when another truck moved into his lane ahead of him. Turteline swerved to avoid an accident and overcorrected, going across the northbound lanes twice before ending up in the center median where the truck overturned. 10 passengers sitting in the truck bed were ejected. All 16 people were taken to the hospital. 9 have been released. The remaining 7 were seriously injured.
A developing story out of Venice where people are being asked to avoid the South Jetty this morning. An investigation is underway at the jetty after a man's body was found in Humphreys Park. They say they don't believe anyone else is involved in the death, but are asking that the area remain clear during this investigation. All right, 5:05 right now. You might be surprised how much trash was left behind on area beaches last weekend. 48 tons.
Wow, that is insane. With 2 of the busiest weekends of the year still to come, ABC 7's Jess Dowdrick tells us how volunteers are planning ahead to try and keep our beaches beautiful.
This was the scene in Veronica Murphy's backyard Tuesday morning. Siesta Key was trashed. Despite these no littering signs posted all over the island, Murphy says, unfortunately, this is the scene after every holiday weekend.
It's that 3 days of people vacationing and they're bringing all their coolers and their things, and they just tend to leave it. And they can't find the barrels because they're not on the beach, and so they don't know what to do with it.
A few years ago, Sarasota County moved the trash cans off of Siesta Key Beach. Now you can only find them on your way out.
People have been calling for them to at least come back onto the beach over by the lifeguard stands, maybe during the holiday weekends. And we're working towards that.
While Murphy can't change others' behaviors, she's doing what she can to make it easier for guests to put their trash where it belongs, in the garbage.
We handed out 1,000 trash bags during July 4th, and then we handed out about 2,000 trash bags during Labor Day weekend.
After missing this past Memorial Day weekend, Murphy says she will be back out on July 4th weekend, handing out more trash bags in hopes that this won't be the scene again then. Murphy is not alone in her efforts. J-Dub's Brewery's street team saw the mess that was left behind and decided to do something about it.
We grabbed some trash bags, and the guys went out there, and we just picked up as much trash as possible.
And they're doing it again on July 5th.
Obviously, July 5th is the day after July 4th. It's a huge boat races happen on Siesta Key and Lido. A lot of people, thousands of people go out there, so we really wanted to focus on those areas.
The county plans to supply extra dumpsters that holiday weekend like they did Memorial Day weekend. But any other plans of action or possible changes in trash collection are unknown. Jess Dowdrick, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
The Sarasota County Sheriff's Office does not believe any fines for littering were handed out over Memorial Day weekend, despite the warning signs posted across the island. They also say they have no plans to crack down on littering.
A scam alert now, an email scam making the rounds, making it appear like you have jury duty, but you don't. The Manatee County Clerk of Court says scam artists are sending out bogus emails that appear like they're from the state's e-portal system. The email asks you to open an attachment to view a summons to court, but the attachment or link can download a virus or attempt to steal your information. If you've been summoned for jury duty or to appear in court, you will receive an official notice in the mail from the Clerk of Courts. It happened in both Sarasota and Manatee counties.
A downtown Sarasota high-rise is forced to evacuate after an AC unit malfunctions. Workers at the Wells Fargo building on Main Street and Osprey Avenue smelled smoke on the 13th floor Thursday morning and called 911. The building was then evacuated. Firefighters determined the smoke was coming from a broken switch in the AC unit. After about an hour, the building was cleared and workers returned to their offices.
Some major upgrades on the way for the Venice Middle School. Next week, parts of the school will receive a $12 million facelift. Workers will install new carpeting, lighting, and new air conditioning. Many movable walls installed back in the 80s will be removed as construction workers build new walls. The biggest change will be in the front office. A new office will be constructed with a better security system.
We're very vigilant, despite the fact that the infrastructure doesn't support it. We're very security-minded. That's our first job, safety and security for all.
Visitors will have to enter a secure holding room before they can actually enter the campus. Right now, nearly anyone can freely walk on school grounds. Work will be completed before students return for the new school year. And congratulations to Big Brothers and Big Sisters of the Suncoast last night. They had their major fundraiser of the year.
Oh, wow.
It was called Chefs Who Cook, and dozens of local restaurants prepared small plates. And there was a big brother and little brother who spoke at the podium, and I had a chance to talk with the police chief and the mayor of Bradenton. So a big night there. Chefs Cook for Kids, Big Brothers, Big Sisters of the Suncoast. A great event last night.
Yeah.
Nice.
So we both were out late last night. John, you had the hurricane special last night.
Hurricane special was last night, and if you did miss it, it's available to watch online.
Good idea.
It'll be rebroadcast over the weekend as well. So a lot of good information there. Certainly big thanks goes out to all the folks who called in and watched at home, and to all the people who were on our panel, from the emergency management to Red Cross to other folks. We certainly do appreciate it.
Yeah, I was watching, and there was a lot of information that I didn't even know about, and I was very informed from some of the information you and Bob and Josh Stone over in the call center as well as Steve Newman. So you guys did a great job. Very impressed.
Thank you. We have today kind of a change in our weather, a little bit more cloud cover right straight through the weekend. We'll talk about that in a second.
All right, still ahead, we'll have some more on exciting events planned across the Suncoast this weekend.
And next half hour, an attack in a casino leaves 36 dead in the Philippines. We'll tell you why most of the victims were thought to have suffocated. Stay with us.
That is a pretty good breakfast. You're not even eating.
Not hungry.
No? Why not? What's up?
Kath and I knew that Jenny had been partying a bit. Found out she tried heroin.
Most people don't know what to say about drugs, but we do. Visit us at drugfree.org.
Let me introduce you to the ultimate Florida window. Do you feel safer with this or this? You'll be proud too.
Going on now. For every 2 windows you buy, get 1 more free. Call today.
Are you paying too much for your cable or satellite TV? The U.S. government passed a bill mandating free over-the-air digital transmission of all broadcast network television channels. That means with the new TV Freeway digital antenna, you can get free HD programming from your favorite broadcast networks 24/7 without a bill. You just plug it into the back of your TV and start watching all of your favorite broadcast programs for free. There are no contracts to sign, no hidden fees, and no monthly fees. Just free HD broadcast TV. Take it with you anywhere. Call or go online now to get your TV Freeway stick for the incredibly low price of only $14.99. But wait, call or click now and you can get a second TV Freeway stick for a second TV. Just pay a separate fee, but you have to order right now.
Call 1-800-809-5196 to get your TV Freeway. Call now or go to tvfreeway.com. So call 1-800-809-5196. This offer's not in any store. Call now.
My name is Haley. I have Fragile X syndrome. I work with Chartwells at Einstein's at FAU. I like being up front and interacting with students. The students are very nice and very hungry. Having a job is a big ticket for independence.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to disabilitieswork.employflorida.com.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
If you kind of had to characterize the forecast for today and the next couple of days, I guess you could call it muddy. Muddy. There's a lot of little influences that'll be in the forecast that'll kind of cause things to be somewhat unsettled for the next several days. It won't be rainy all the time, but then the skies are not going to be pristine either. It's going to be somewhere in between. 74 degrees, the current air temperature, a dew point coming in at 70. It's going to be a kind of a humid afternoon today. We have an east wind at about 5, kind of a mix of sun and clouds in the forecast for you this afternoon. 75 degrees, Wauchula, 76 in Arcadia, 75, Myakka Parish, Bradenton at 76, so's Lakewood Ranch. Northport comes in at 76, 77 in Inglewood, Venice, 76 degrees in Longboat Key. So a fair amount of cloud cover around, a few scattered showers as well. We've got some patches of drizzle in some locations, a lot of it not even hitting the ground, kind of re-evaporating before it does, but some of it getting down to the surface and making for kind of, well, some of the roadways could be just a little bit slippery out there this morning, in part because of the rain showers that we had during the late night and also because of this kind of light drizzle that's around. So be careful of that. There's also some showers out in Gulf waters. Generally, this little trough of low pressure that exists kind of ringing the Gulf is not moving all that much. So this is not making, a straight shot for us where it's going to just dump tons of rain. That's not what's happening, but we will get the blow-off cloud cover from it, giving the sky a kind of gray appearance. And it is certainly possible that a little bit more drizzle will happen throughout the morning hours. That's influence number one. Influence number two is just a stream of moisture coming up from the tropics, and that helps to increase the cloud cover chances right straight through the weekend. And within this kind of mass of showery activity are some clusters of thunderstorms that are gradually trying to drift closer to us, enhancing the moisture plume that will be with us right straight through the weekend. In fact, that moisture plume extends all the way back down into the Pacific across Central America. And an area of low pressure, and actually a tropical depression, moving northward into Mexico, producing maybe 14 inches of rainfall there, will probably, in some form or another, make its way across Central America into Gulf waters over the course of the weekend. Now, the chance of that developing into anything is very, very low. Upper level winds, we call it the ripping winds, the shearing winds aloft, that just tear these thunderstorms to pieces and don't allow them to organize and talk to each other and create any kind of tropical systems. They're very strong in the southern Gulf waters. That's what this red contour here is. Those are strong upper level winds. So any system that would make it across the Central American coastline would have a tough time doing anything. But we do get the humidity, we do get the moisture, and that moisture will fill the Gulf waters and the peninsula of Florida over the course of the weekend. And little troughs of low pressure, little bits of energy will from time to time enhance the rainfall chances. Plus we have sea breezes, plus we have a general southeasterly wind flow pushing showers back toward the coast once those sea breeze showers form. So cloudy at times today, good rain chances right into the weekend, though not completely a rain out. And then we'll look at some heavy rain being possible. And by that, I mean some pretty good heavy rainfall, especially in the southern tip of the state, especially in areas where it is so very parched, could get 4-inch plus rainfalls. So that's pretty impressive. And that's true really right straight into the beginning of next work week. The plus side of all that, well, I think it actually is a plus side because we need the rainfall. But on the flip side, we'll get the cloud cover holding down daytime high temperatures as well. So maybe over the next several days, your electric bill will be a little bit less. Back to you guys.
All right, well, everybody would love for that to happen. Thank you so much, Don. Taking a look at Suncoast traffic this morning. Looks like State Road 70 as you head towards 301, seeing an increase in traffic. Also downtown Bradenton seeing a few slowdowns. I-75 looking clear as we head into Sarasota County. Not a whole lot going on around there. A little bit of a slowdown on Siesta Key and Bee Ridge Road as you head towards the interstate. As we head into South County, looks like there is some backup on I-75. We will look into what exactly that is throughout the morning, but other than that, no accidents at 518 across the Suncoast on your Friday morning. And it is Friday, which means we've got some great events happening this weekend to tell you about.
I look forward to this report because Linda Carson seems to know what's going on, gives us ideas sometimes.
Oh, exactly. She knows everything.
She seems to. Here's this week's Suncoast scene.
The Sarasota International Dragon Boat Races are coming to Benderson Park.
A dragon boat's a 42-foot long canoe that has 20 paddlers in it in 10 rows sitting side by side, has a drummer on the front and a steersperson on the back. And there will be races happening every 12 minutes.
The dragon boats are great fun to watch.
They have a head and a tail on them. And then a drummer that's at the front sits with a big ancient Chinese drum in front of them and actually bangs on the drum.
The Dragon Boat Races are a fundraiser for In the Pink, an organization that serves people with breast cancer. Several of the boats will be manned by breast cancer survivors.
At 11:30 that day, every breast cancer team that's there will fill the boats and sit in front of everyone. A song will be sung and a speaker will speak that is a survivor, and then we throw pink carnations into the water.
So don't miss the Suncoast International Dragon Boat Festival here at Nathan Benderson Park on Saturday from 8 a.m. until 5. And the Loveland Center for Adults with Developmental Disabilities presents its 22nd annual show at the Venice Theater. The show is Las Vegas Under the Neon Lights at the Venice Theater Thursday through Sunday. Get to know the creatures of the deep better by coming to World Ocean Day on Saturday from 10 to 1 at Moat Marine. You can get up close and personal with them.
World Oceans Day is a global ocean celebration and collaboration towards a better future. It was recognized in 1992 at the Earth Summit and then it was recognized as a holiday by the United Nations in 2009.
It's a favorite holiday at Moat.
We are going to have games, we are going to have crafts, we are going to have educational booths. Moat's education department will be present leading activities and lots of fun. We're going to have face painting, entertainment from the Garbage Men, who's a local group of young men who play instruments on recycled materials. So they promote sustainability through music.
And Friday night, head out to Lakewood Ranch for Music on Main Street. Linda Carson, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
There you go, some good ideas.
There you go. If you don't know what to do, now you do.
Just ask Linda. Still ahead, interacting with dolphins through advanced technology. Yeah, details and Tech Bites.
And coming up at 5:30, hundreds of people at a resort in the Philippines run for their lives after gunshots and explosions. What police say was the target and the motive behind the attack. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
If you've ever had a bad night's sleep, call and price the new Craftmatic Legacy. It has so much more than other adjustables and still costs up to 50% less. Featuring a rising adjustable pillow rest to support your head, neck, and shoulders, bedside power plugs, under-bed night lights, and more. So call and price one today for less, up to 50% less than Tempur-Pedic, Sleep Number, and other adjustables.
You get so much more and it still costs less. You gotta see how little they cost.
Call 1-800-774-8103. That's 1-800-774-8103. Call now.
So many possibilities worth exploring. Minnesota Flooring.
And for a limited time, Minnesota Flooring is offering you unbelievable pricing on tile and laminate. Porcelain tile only $1.59. Ceramic tile 99 cents. And 16 by 16 tile $1.19. Laminate flooring is only 99 cents. But these prices won't last. Don't miss out on these great deals. Hurry into Minnesota Flooring today.
This is your brain. This is drugs. This is your brain on drugs. Any questions?
Yeah, I have questions.
Prescription drugs aren't as bad as street drugs, right? Weed's legal, isn't it?
Drinking is worse than smoking weed.
Isn't it? Why
is heroin so addictive?
Molly just makes you feel happy. I have questions.
Mom?
Dad, did you ever try drugs?
They're going to ask. Be ready. Go to drugfree.org. A message from Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
My name is Stephen Jaffe. The law firm's name is Farmer Jaffe. One of the beautiful things about Julius is he's always smiling, and it becomes infectious. The fact that Julius has a disability has absolutely nothing to do with the quality of work that he's done. Just a great person you want on your staff.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to disabilitieswork.employflorida.com.
Welcome back. Plenty of clouds and rain on the forecast. John's details on the way. 5:23 right now.
Well, the world's largest retailer is introducing a new take on delivery.
Walmart is now paying its employees to drop off packages on their way home from work.
In today's Tech Bite, Walmart's new delivery app test.
It matches online order delivery addresses with Walmart employees' driving routes. Employees who volunteer can then deliver packages on their way home. The program is being tested at 3 Walmart locations.
The dating app, Bumble, isn't just a virtual meeting space anymore. Its founder has opened a brick-and-mortar location in New York City.
The pop-up spot is being called The Hive. It's designed to be a space for dates or just a hangout spot for friends.
That's a great idea. And it turns out dolphins are almost as tech-savvy as humans, maybe better. Dolphins at the National Aquarium in Baltimore now have a giant underwater touch screen chock full of apps.
They can play games like whack-a-mole using their noses to tap images of fish floating across the screen.
Just imagine if they have like a Bumble version of that as well.
Oh, swipe.
Yeah.
It's just tough for them to zoom in. That's tough.
Again.
Those are your Tech Bites.
Tech Bites, brought to you by Carfax.com.
Okay, it's time to pick a used car.
I really don't want to get ripped off.
I can help. Search millions of used cars and find a great deal at Carfax.com.
Yeah, show me the Carfax.
Only Carfax gives you the most accurate price based on a car's history.
Wow, look at all the great deals.
Oh, you're welcome.
Show me the Carfax.
Start your used car search and get free Carfax reports at the all-new Carfax.com.
Who knew that my period or sex, even soap, could throw off my pH balance?
Only Vagisil pH Balance Wash has lacto prebiotic. Use it every day to help support a healthy feminine pH. Get more from your wash. Get better intimate health. Vagisil.
Coppertone Sport versus the sun. Coppertone Sport stays on strong when you sweat and is strong enough to stop up to 98% of the sun's damaging UV rays. Coppertone, because protection matters.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate
Or shop at Goodwill.
I am creating a job. I am Goodwill, yeah, yeah.
With a top prize of $10 million, the new $10 million world-class cash scratch-off from the Florida Lottery is your ticket to take on the world.
If you get knocked down, stand up again. Rip it up again. Give me one chance, give me one chance. I'm gonna make it. Give me my chance, this is my chance. I'm gonna take it.
The new $10 million world-class cash scratch-off from the Florida Lottery. One of our life-changing scratch-offs offering billions in cash prizes.
Who else has been taking your prescriptions? Keep your medicine and your family safe and secure. Mind your meds. To learn how we can help, visit the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids at drugfree.org.
My name is Julius. I have cerebral palsy. I work for Farmer Jaffe Weising Law Firm. I do a lot of data entry and scanning documents. I want to increase my working experience to make the company much better. At the end of the day, it's good to think of the day's work and to think about what I have accomplished.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to abilitieswork.employflorida.com.
Attention blood clot filter patients. Surgically implanted blood clot filters are potentially life-threatening. Some filters are prone to breaking, resulting in pieces of the filter moving through the body and causing internal bleeding. If you had surgery to implant a blood clot filter, you may be entitled to a cash award, even if you haven't suffered side effects yet. Call the Gold Shield Group now, 888-747-5291, to see if you qualify for a cash award, 888-747-5291.
Here we go. We're gonna go out there in the rain. You're gonna get wet. All right, here we go. Okay, quick. Oh yeah, yes. So much fun. Mwah. We're getting so wet.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
Check out mysuncoast.com/dining, your guide to the foodie lifestyle.
And not of gunshots.
Plus, strong reactions across the globe as President Trump pulls out of the Paris Climate Agreement. What he has to say about his decision.
And a bird forces a Miami-bound flight to return to Chicago. We'll have passenger reaction next on Good Morning Suncoast.
Live from the ABC 7 studios, this is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Friday morning, but not a Chamber of Commerce forecast on the way for the weekend. Unfortunately, weekend arrives, clouds and rain on the menu.
I know. Not looking forward to those clouds and rain.
Yeah.
I had some plans this weekend to go to a concert, so I'm hoping it'll hold off a little bit.
I got a beach graduation party tomorrow myself, so I'm bringing an umbrella. Great.
Yeah.
5:29, I'm Ray Collins.
And I'm Jacqueline Matter. Let's check in with meteorologist John Scalzi over in the Weather Center. Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, you know, I'm kind of torn, you know, because we need the rainfall, certainly. So it'll be great to get some of that rainfall. But yeah, there are so many outdoor activities planned. Like Ray was mentioning, there's beach graduations and a lot of people having graduations graduations revolving around out-of-door celebrations. By the way, Becky in Old Myakka, our 20-year weather watcher, every morning gives us a phone call, asks for a shout-out to Thurmond Holland, class of 2017. So congratulations to Thurmond and to all the other graduates here on the Suncoast. Bravo, the world's your oyster. So a little bit of cloud cover out there. Yes, that's true. And the cloud cover will at times bring us a bit of drizzle this morning, probably from time to time in places, but just not a whole lot in the way of heavy downpours yet. Now, look at all the cloud cover. There's plenty of it out there, and our daytime temperatures will be held down a little bit by that cloud cover, kind of a mix of sun and clouds as we head into the afternoon. And as sea breezes form, we have an excellent chance of seeing some storms build in inland areas particularly, but they will be drifting back toward the coast slowly but surely. So everyone gets a chance of rain for the next several days. 40% chance for the coastal regions today, 60 or 70% chance for inland areas. Won't be a whole day rain out, but there'll be showers around. Back to you.
Thanks, John. Here's the scene right now in Manatee County. A couple of slowdowns here and there, nothing too major at this hour of the day. Farther south into Sarasota County, we'll see some buildup already just south of Clark Road as you head south beyond Stickney Point and Clark there, down 41. Also, right now, Siesta Key quite busy. Very odd at this hour of the day to see that much red on a map on Siesta Key Beach, particularly leaving the beach. And then South County map all clear at 5:32 on your Friday morning.
Topping our news this half hour, at least 36 people are dead after a man opened fire at a resort in the Philippines.
But as Mary Maloney tells us, most of the victims died of suffocation.
Hundreds of people at a resort near Manila run for their lives after gunshots and explosions.
You know, they could hear some kind of explosion and they could hear gunfire, but they can't see anything because the whole place was filled with smoke.
Dozens trampled by the crowd, taken to local hospitals for treatment.
They had to jump off the building from the back. So some of them had a broken leg and dislocated shoulder.
Many in the stampede feared they were running from a terrorist attack. As the situation unfolded, President Donald Trump weighed in.
It is really very sad as to what's going on throughout the world with terror.
But police say the gunman's target wasn't the people, it was the casino. And instead of terror, investigators say the motive was money. Police say a masked man created chaos by setting several gambling tables on fire, shooting gambling machines, and breaking video screens. Investigators say the man ransacked a room and stole gaming chips worth more than 1 million pesos each, which comes out to about $20,000. The resort put on lockdown as heavily armed SWAT officers wearing bulletproof vests and body armor swarmed the scene. Investigators say after the building was evacuated, police went inside and found the suspected robber, who police say committed suicide. I'm Mary Maloney reporting.
And a nearby airport still has security on high alert this morning.
An update this morning on a deadly plant explosion in Wisconsin. The sheriff says a second person has been killed in that explosion as crews continue to search through debris for a third person still missing. 16 employees were inside the plant in the village of Cambria when the blast happened late Wednesday night. 2 were able to escape unharmed, but say their thoughts are with their co-workers.
Well, we're a small town, so it's scary. We're all close. We hope everyone's fine. So it's not much I can think about right now.
The cause of that explosion is still unknown this morning. The Red Cross has been brought in to help families of the victims.
President Trump says the Paris Climate Agreement just wasn't good for the American economy, and he wants to find a way to make it work. The move aims to undo a signature achievement of President Obama's efforts to fight climate change while also keeping one of Trump's campaign promises. More than 190 countries have signed on committing to cut greenhouse gas emissions in an effort to combat climate change. Only Syria and Nicaragua haven't signed the deal. The president says he's open to finding a new way to make the accord more appealing for the U.S.
Begin negotiations to re-enter either the Paris Accord or in really entirely new transaction on terms that are fair to the United States.
The leaders of France, Germany, and Italy released a joint statement saying the Paris Climate Accord cannot be renegotiated. As a result of his withdrawal from the climate agreement, two high-profile CEOs are quitting the White House Business Advisory Council. Disney CEO Bob Iger and Tesla CEO Elon Musk both resigned. Musk said climate change is real. Leaving Paris is not good for America or for the world. And One World Trade Center in New York was lit up in green in support of the Paris Climate Accord. New York City, one of 61 American cities with mayors vowing to stick with the accord. New York Governor Andrew Cuomo Thursday directed the One World Trade Center be lit up in green. Cuomo also signed an executive order to commit New York State to uphold the standards set forth in that Paris Accord.
A follow-up now on a nationwide hack involving Chipotle Mexican Grill. The restaurant chain says customers who ate at 33 locations here in Florida may have had their credit card information stolen as part of that hack. 4 of those locations are in Sarasota and Manatee counties. Chipotle has now issued a statement saying it has completed the investigation into that hack. The company says malware designed to access payment information has since been removed. Chipotle recommends customers who think they might have been affected to review their statements and report any unauthorized charges to their credit card company. And you may also want to check your financial records if you've recently shopped at a Kmart. The retailer's parent company, Sears Holdings, says some Kmart stores were targeted by hackers. Kmart store payment systems were apparently infected with virus-like computer codes, and some credit card numbers were stolen. But the company says no personal information was compromised. The investigation is still ongoing, so details on which stores were targeted are not yet available. There are currently 3 Kmarts here on the Suncoast, 2 in Manatee County and 1 in Sarasota.
A disturbing update now on last weekend's Portland stabbing attack. Police are looking for a man accused of stealing from one of the men who was stabbed to death. Portland police say this is video of the man they believe stole Rick Best's wedding ring and backpack after he was attacked. Best was one of the 2 men killed when they stepped in to stop a man from insulting 2 young women on the train. In the video, you see the thief leaving the scene with 2 backpacks. Police say he is carrying Best's black backpack in his right hand and another in his left hand.
A man is behind bars in Orlando after allegedly shooting a McDonald's employee over his food order. Police say 39-year-old Freddie Hormazabal was upset about his food order in the McDonald's drive-thru, so he decided to go inside the restaurant. Once inside, he got into an argument with the manager, demanding a refund in the process. The manager asked the man to leave, so he shot the manager in the neck before fleeing the area. Hormazabal turned himself in and has since been charged with attempted murder. The manager is recovering at a nearby hospital.
Also in Central Florida, the suicidal man involved in a 3-hour standoff with police last week at the Orlando airport made his first appearance in court yesterday. Here he is. Michael Pettigrew answered questions from the judge before being released on $7,500 bond. He was arrested on an aggravated assault on a law enforcement officer charge after police say he pointed a gun at officers and himself and asked that they kill him. No shots were fired and no one was hurt during the standoff. Police say Pettigrew's gun looked real, but it wound up being a fake. A United Airlines flight from Chicago to Miami had to turn back after a bird strike. The FAA says pilots reported a bird hit one of the engines. The pilots shut down the affected engine. Here's a passenger's reaction.
When I heard the boom, I looked over and I saw the flames coming out, and it looks like it scorched like the side of the plane, and it was unexpected, but we landed back safely, and we're just thankful.
The airline switched planes, and the flight left Chicago a few hours later. 174 passengers and 6 crew members were on the plane. The airline will reach out to affected customers to compensate them for that inconvenience.
New details now about a woman who's accused of trying to kill her children by driving her minivan into the ocean at Daytona Beach. A judge wants to know why 2 reports on the mental health of Ebony Wilkerson are different. Back in 2014, video captured Wilkerson driving her van into the Atlantic Ocean with her kids inside. She was charged with 3 counts of child neglect and child endangerment, but she was found not guilty on reason of insanity. She's now in a psychiatric hospital, but a judge may decide to move her to a less restrictive facility. And take a look at this dramatic video of a boat rescue on the East Coast. The 41-foot sailboat caught fire some 7 miles offshore of Hollywood, Florida. The captain jumped into the water and was rescued by a towboat. He was on his way back to his home port in Chesapeake Bay when that fire broke out on board. The sailboat is considered a total loss.
Yeah, I would say so. As the rainy season begins in Florida, Manatee and Sarasota counties are concerned about stormwater runoff. Fertilizer restrictions are now in effect until the end of September. Homeowners are being asked not to use nitrogen and phosphorus fertilizers. The chemicals lead to an excess of nutrients in our local waterways that create algae blooms and other problems as well.
Restriction is good. It reduces the amount of nitrogen going into the waterways in our heaviest rain period. So if you plan accordingly, you can fertilize prior and then fertilize after, and it really doesn't affect the plant material that much.
The restriction applies to all residential and commercial properties.
After more than 2 decades at MacDill Air Force Base in Tampa, the Hurricane Hunter planes known as Kermit and Miss Piggy are moving to Lakeland. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration selected Lakeland Linder Regional Airport as the home for its aircraft operations center for the next decade. The 2 planes and about 100 employees will be relocating. Those aircrafts provide crucial information about storms. And speaking of hurricanes, yesterday was the beginning of the Atlantic hurricane season, and Suncoast officials want to make sure you're prepared. The Sarasota County Emergency Management Department spoke about the area's current disaster plan. They say the 3 things you need to know this season are a plan, a disaster kit, and information, including knowing the newly issued hurricane evacuation zones. Part of that preparedness is creating a disaster kit that has enough food and supplies to last 3 days without electricity or running water. NOAA is predicting an above-average year for hurricane activity.
Starting today, you can stock up on hurricane supplies, all tax-free in Florida. During the 3-day sales tax holiday, shoppers will not have to pay tax on portable radios, batteries, generators that cost less than $7.50. There will also be no tax on most flashlights, tarps, and first aid kits. The tax holiday is expected to save shoppers about $4.5 million over the weekend. A good idea for the hurricane season and beyond to have those things.
Yeah,
That's true. Yeah, good opportunity.
Yeah.
Stock up.
Right.
And not only NOAA is predicting a above-average hurricane season, but now 2 other groups that have a pretty good track record are coming out and saying that the outlook calls for at least an average, if not above-average, hurricane season. That would be Colorado State University and Tropical Storm Research, to an insurance company consortium of scientists. So it looks like it could be pretty active.
And what's that saying you guys say? Run from the water, hide from the wind. Is that correct?
Yep, that's pretty much it. And so on that note, it's very important at this time to everybody know what evacuation zone they are in and memorize that.
Yeah.
Good advice.
Tattoo it on your body so that when the time comes, you'll know. And you'll also know now how you should make your plan. We'll have the forecast for you coming up in a few.
All right, still ahead, not everyone has time to go to the gym every single day, but that doesn't mean we shouldn't exercise.
We'll have tips on how you can stay healthy elsewhere in Health Smart.
Everything all right?
Actually, you know how Tom had knee surgery?
Sure.
We found out Brad's been taking his painkillers. And it turns out he's been doing it for a while.
Most people don't know what to say about drugs, but we do. Visit us at drugfree.org.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
For years, I told everyone my Craftmatic adjustable bed was the greatest until I got the new Craftmatic Legacy. It has an adjustable pillow feature that's awesome. You're gonna want one too when you see how little they cost.
If you've ever had a bad night's sleep, call and price the new Craftmatic Legacy. It has so much more than other adjustables and still costs up to 50% less, featuring a rising adjustable pillow rest, bedside power plugs, underbed night lights, and more. Available in all mattress types with optional heat and soothing massage for as much as half the price of Tempur-Pedic, Sleep Number, and other adjustables. Enjoy temporary relief of low back pain, nighttime heartburn, mild arthritis. Adjust the rising pillow feature to help align your head, neck, and shoulders. See for yourself with our 30-day in-home trial. So call and price one today for less, up to 50% less.
You get so much more and it still costs less. You gotta see how little they cost.
Call 1-800-237-0214. That's 1-800-237-0214. Call 1-800-237-0214. Call now.
I am powerful beyond my wildest imagination.
I will define my future.
I will keep challenging myself to improve. Because I am a future leader of this great nation.
I will make a difference in my community.
I will not settle for simply chasing my dreams, I will achieve them.
Because I was given a chance.
An opportunity.
At Family, Career, and Community Leaders of America.
The ultimate leadership experience.
Join us. We'll build a new future together.
My name is Luke Perry, and I am 1 million strong. I'm in the fight against colorectal cancer because I believe we can win it. Colon and rectal cancers are the second leading cause of cancer deaths among men and women in the U.S. Colon cancer is preventable. Know the risk factors and make sure to get screened. There are simple, take-home options available. Take control of your health. Screening for colon cancer isn't embarrassing. It can be life-saving. To find out more about your options, visit fightcrc.org.
We answered the call of duty and left our homes to serve in far-off lands. Now we answer another call. This time at home, in our own communities, to respond in times of chaos, to use our strength, our skills, and our experiences to bring hope amid devastation and destruction. Together, as a team of brothers and sisters, we're continuing our mission to make this country a little stronger and a little better each day. We are Team Rubicon.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC 7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
74 degrees out there already, and a dew point value at the 70-degree mark, making it feel kind of thick out there. And there is the possibility of a little bit of sprinkles in some locations this morning. That's certainly not out of the question. They won't last long, won't be heavy, and they probably will serve to just make some of the roadways a little slippery. Now, we had some good overnight showers that washed away a lot of the oils from the roadway surfaces in some locations, but in other locations that didn't get that rain, that little bit of light drizzle can make the roads slick. So watch for that as you're heading out the door. East wind comes in at about 5 today. That east wind will collide with our sea breeze in the afternoon and again touch off some pretty big thunderstorm activity in inland areas. 75 Wauchula, 75 Arcadia, 75 Myakka. Looking at Lakewood Ranch coming in at the same at about 75, 77 Longbow Key, Venice, and in Inglewood. So we have some patchy spots of drizzle in some locations. We have some out in Gulf waters as well. Pretty good cluster of light patchy drizzle and rain showers in Gulf waters, not moving all that much and having a tendency to kind of start dampening out as the breezes start to become a little bit more onshore this afternoon. We'll see a redevelopment in inland areas, and then a general southeasterly wind will push those back to shore. We've got troughs of low pressure that exist in the upper levels of the atmosphere, and we've got little impulses of energy that are running along that, helping to create the uplift necessary to produce these rain showers and a deep flow of tropical moisture coming up from the Pacific. This is a long flow of air, and that cloud cover is going to be around right straight through the weekend. We will not have pristine skies. On the other hand, it won't be a total washout either. You're not going to see persistent rains all day long. The rains will come and go and be focused mostly in the afternoons and be focused mostly in inland areas. But those inland showers will drift back toward the coastline. So a little bit of a cooler temperature, which is nice. Could use a little bit of relief from the heat, I guess. Long-range temperature 3-month outlooks show us to be likely hotter this summer, June, July, and August. Wouldn't be much of a surprise. The last 8 of the last 9 years has shown way above average temperatures for June. So, my electric bill will be happy to get a little bit of a break from the heat, I think, and maybe yours will too. Lots of deep tropical moisture lifting northward, little impulses in the atmosphere, sea breeze fronts, southeasterly winds, all combined together to produce good chances of rainfall through the weekend. And some of the rainfall totals, especially in inland areas, could end up being significant right over some extremely drought-ridden areas of central Florida. So that would be kind of nice. Daytime high temperatures in the mid-80s. At least 50% chances of showers Saturday and Sunday. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you, John. Let's take a look at Suncoast traffic. Looks like State Road 70 and 301 where it intersects, seeing a lot of congestion in both directions. Other than that, bridge is looking good as you head into Sarasota County. Looks like some accidents off of Bee Ridge Road, one at Bond Place and Bee Ridge Road. Another one looks like it is at I-75 southbound near 207 at that exit. So keep an eye out for those if you are heading through that area. As we head south into South County, looks like some slowdowns on I-75. Other than that, not a whole lot going on across the Suncoast at 5:50 this morning. In this hour's Health Smart, everyone knows that exercise, of course, leads to a healthier life. But what if you hate going to the gym?
Do you?
I enjoy going to the gym.
Do you really?
Yes.
What, do you talk a lot?
No, I work out, thank you.
I thought you probably wear your headphones though, right?
I do, but yes. I try and stay focused and get it done so I can head out of there.
Good for you.
Yeah.
There are ways to stay fit outside the gym.
Yes.
The benefits of physical activity are well known, but you don't have to be in the gym every day to reap the rewards of exercise. Here are some tips from the U.S. Department of Agriculture. Get social. Instead of going out to eat with friends, pick a group activity instead. Go for a hike, take a walk, or play an exercise-based video game. Find ways to move at work. If you can't use a standing desk, you could stand during phone calls or choose a printer farther away from your desk. Do something new. A new skill or unusual activity can kickstart your motivation. Try a dance class or sign up for a sports league. Dive in. If you don't like to sweat in the heat, head for the water. Take a swim at a community pool or sign up for a water aerobics class. Stay on track. Keep track of your activity and the food you eat with wearable technology, or take advantage of tracking sites online. For today's Health Minute, I'm Kim Hutcherson.
Okay, welcome back. 5:51 right now. We'll check the day's top news headlines after this. Stay with us.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate or shop at Goodwill,
I am creating a job.
I am Goodwill, yeah.
I took my first handful of pills, and that's when all my priorities seemed to change.
He would ask to use the bathroom in other people's homes.
He just assumed that they would have medication.
He'd go in their medicine cabinets and steal prescription drugs.
I wish I knew really what these prescription pills were.
We were so naive about the whole drug thing.
These are all synthetic forms of heroin.
Keep your medication locked up because you'll never notice that a pill is gone.
Mind your meds. Learn more from the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
A decade of war has taken an unprecedented toll on our men and women in uniform.
Hundreds of thousands of our veterans are suffering from the trauma of war.
At Justice for Vets, we believe that every veteran should have the opportunity for treatment and restoration.
Get involved and go to justiceforvets.org.
Help put treatment within reach of veterans in crisis.
Veterans fought for our freedom. Now it's our turn to fight for theirs.
Let me introduce you to the ultimate Florida window. Do you feel safer with this or this? You'll be proud too.
Going on now. For every 2 windows you buy, get 1 more free. Call today.
When my youngest, Addie, was 2.5, she was diagnosed with leukemia. When we first heard that diagnosis, you feel extremely alone. Walking in that Light the Night light with 6,000 people carrying lights, white for survivors, red for supporters, gold in memory of those who have passed. It's the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society's hope that every year there are fewer gold lanterns. Your lantern will make a difference.
Start a team. Join a team.
Help us light the night.
Designers do it with style.
Tell me what's going on here. Because
Why, you don't like my hair?
The Mark and Mandy Show. In-depth design ideas.
What is up with the tuck tape here? Let's cover it up.
Amazing beauty and fashion tips.
So Halle Berry has amazing skin. Her secret is coffee grounds. No.
Delicious recipes.
Today, I'm going to show you a special dish that is sure to please that special someone in your life.
Watch The Mark and Mandy Show right here on your favorite channel.
It's fine that other people like you. It's more important that you like yourself. And I'm comfortable with every part of me. Meals on Wheels coming to my door as someone who's housebound assures me that I'm not forgotten. They care that I'm okay. My name is Asha Ida Bell. America, let's do lunch.
Drop off a hot meal and say hello. Volunteer by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
Welcome back, 5:55 this morning. Here are some of the top local stories we're following for you.
Sarasota County has turned down plans for a recycling facility east of the interstate. Neighbors and opponents around the celery fields blitzed last night's meeting at the commission. TST Ventures proposed a 16-acre facility at the corner of Palmer Road and Apex Road. Opponents were concerned about the environmental impact and traffic the project would bring to the area.
Plus, Venice officials are asking people to avoid the South Jetty. An investigation is underway at the jetty after a man's body was found in Humphreys Park. They say they don't believe anyone else is involved in the death, but are asking that the area remain clear during their investigation.
And a new email scam making the rounds on the Suncoast. This one asking you to sign up for jury duty, but if you open the link, your computer gets a virus. The Manatee County Clerk of Court says ignore similar emails coming from an unknown email address, as it's most likely sent from scam artists. Look at this. After 4 years in the making, the world's largest airplane makes its big debut. It's the Strato launch. It was moved out of the Mojave Air and Spaceport hangar in California to begin fueling tests, the first of many ground tests. Twin-engine fuselage, 385-foot wingspan, wider than a football field. Stands 50 feet tall, 28 wheels, 6 engines. It's designed to release rockets that will carry satellites into space. The goal is to have a launch demonstration by 2019. It's a big one, John.
Yeah, it sure is. Pretty exciting stuff.
Yeah, high technology. We'll have more news for you in John's forecast for the weekend after this.